Everybody has stories about their career and their work that have stuck with them, be them positive or negative stories. They do make an impact, and often it's a lasting impact. And I'm often asked about the stories, the experiences that I've had that have really stuck with me and influenced how I work today. And one of them I can share with you is when I was interviewing for a head of product position at a startup that I really wanted to join. I really wanted to be a part of this startup. It was very popular and very hot at the time. I remember meeting with the CEO for the interview, and I asked her, what do I need to bring to this role to be successful at it? And she said, you need to be the smartest person in the room. And that response stayed with me to this day, and it massively influenced how I thought about the role, how I thought about what I needed to bring into that role and into that organization from the get-go. I got the job, and I entered the organization thinking like, I gotta know it all. I gotta be the smartest person. I gotta be the person that's right all the time. I gotta be the person that's probably working the hardest so I can show them that I'm the smartest person. And it had a massive negative impact on relationships with the other leaders, with the executive team, and with my team as I was just onboarding and getting going, because I thought I had to be right. I thought I had to be the smartest person in the room all the time. Nobody wants to be around that person. And I learned that very quickly. I'd say I imploded probably about 6 months in from the pressure that I put on myself to try to be that smartest person in the room. And it had a massive impact in a very negative way on my relationships, on the work itself, and at a baseline, even getting products out the door. I learned a lot. If I would have had a coach at the time, I think it probably would have been a very different response and outcome. I think I probably would have asked that CEO during that interview more questions. What does it mean to be the smartest person in the room? How do we know I'm being the smartest person in the room? Why do I need to be the smartest person in the room? How that might impact everybody else in the organization if I'm coming across as the smartest person in the room. I didn't have the opportunity to work with a coach at that point. That's just the way things were at that time. Things have changed now, and I'm happy that I can actually bring this experience into my coaching conversations when I'm working with leaders at startups, scale-ups, and even larger organizations. Because in one way or another, we've all had that kind of conversation with somebody above us. So that's one of the stories that stayed with me and has definitely had an impact. Short term, medium term, and long term. I still remember that conversation fondly. I'd love to hear about the stories that have impacted you and stayed with you, the positive ones and the negative ones, because no matter what, we can all take and learn something from them.